Who are going Easter Jamaican Thing TV fans? Yeah man, we're there and a guy with another banger. You don't know. A long time when I come on camera like this, guys. But guess what? Today we're here with a you don't know gentleman all the way from Bahamas. Alright? So as you can see guys, Rastaman, and today we're gonna make the general you don't know tell we the whole philosophy of is religion or philosophy, or if you have a better name for it, your man is going to explain everything about you don't know Rastafari. And as I say guys, he's from Bahamas, but this man is also a Jamaican as well, isn't it? So yeah man, I'm gonna tell you now what commands to being a Rastafari. You see me? From the history come right now.
It's a Jamaican thing, TV. So come on and join with me. We're there on an exploration across the island. Don't miss this the history. It's a Jamaican thing, TV. So come on and join with me. We're there on an exploration across the island. Don't miss this the history. So come on and check out this channel. Dual is YouTube channel, where it's all about showcasing Jamaica exotic places, people and things. Don't forget though to like, subscribe, comment and share. You hear? Thank you.
Alright? So big up yourself, Mr. Rose.
Yes, brethren. Give thanks and praise. Yes, he called it a religion. But really, it's a spiritual vibe. It's about our and ancestors. It's about where people come from. If you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going. You have to identify with your people. And so we're talking about from 2019, or a couple of years back. That was the 400 years, would have made it 400 years of the transatlantic slave trade. That our ancestors came from different part of Africa when Africa was a kingdom. And we have different tribes of people like Yoruba, Igbo, Mandingo, Ashanti. It's almost from 2,000 different tribes in Africa. And so when they took us away, they changed our name, our language, our way of life, our thinking. They create they create new things for us, to a new identity. And so coming to these parts of the Caribbean, where some go to the Bahamas, some went to Haiti, some went to Jamaica, the transatlantic slaves spread far across the globe. And Britain and England being one of the smallest countries on the planet, colonialized more countries than any other human being on this planet. The British have colonies around the globe. Even the United States of America was a part of Britain. And the fact that Britain is the whole original Roman Empire would never really cease to end. And so when you say Rastaman, say Babylon, it's not meaning a police officer or something. We're talking about the system. The system is what I and them call Babylon. And so because of that, we have a resistance in our spiritual heritage. Some children get it, some did not get it, because we are now 400 years of brainwashed bullshit from colonialism and ism and schism. And so whatever they teach you, you think that's what you know. Not knowing, it's more that I always hear my old grandparents always say, the half have never yet been told. You see? And so we're saying those facts now. We have some of us, especially Fire and I, in the 70s, you who born in the 50s and 60s, will tell you now that I see my parents and going to church and doing all the different regular routine. It's like they're set in a program. That's just the 1-2 beat, 1-2 beat.
Right.
And then I look at it and say, well, these people ain't prospering. And they're surviving, but they calling upon Jesus' name every day. And I found out that through research and investigation, is a system in place to make you hate yourself and love somebody else. You see how it's that?
Yeah.
And so Rastaman in the 1920s in Jamaica here was a group with Garvey and a brethren named Leonard Howell. This brethren was a man who owned a place named Pinnacle
Up in the hills.
Up in the hills. Private, they had the private land, private farm, and they was very successful. But the problem is, the system didn't like them moving away from the colonialism. Moving away from the colonialism and come and see they're talking about some kind of spirituality and Africanism. They couldn't have that, so there was a fight and a struggle between those two things. And so Rasta have to go to mass out in the hills and now say, listen, we ain't want to get involved in no more ism and schism. Right. Man, so what do you mean by ism and schism? About colonialism, brethren. We dealing with a different vibe. And so Rasta now decided to say, listen, man, I come on this side with nothing, but how did I come and do it as a black man? I have to love my black self. All right? So when they come in my head, I said, what? If Jah can give I hair upon my head, that means he ain't want I to cut it down for no other reason. He must be the first man to know how beautiful I is before he created I and I. So all these features he put in I and I gotta be permanent.
Right.
You say that? Because you're cutting off your hair, it's like you're cutting off your hand. Or you're cutting off your toe. That's a part of your flesh. You see it? And it serves a purpose.
Right.
Now, based on all these facts and knowledge and culture and history, people recognize that, listen, babe, a black man, God must be a black man.
Right.
And in their Bible, what they read, which is plagiarized, the Bible, what they know now, books older than the Bible, being before the Bible, the information with the Bible, just taken, dip into it, and then the British, no, not the British, the Greeks came around and did a little part of it, the Romans come in and do part of it.
Everybody come
and touch a little piece and edit it. You see, but they all get it from the original context. Now, one of the nonsense they won't tell you is that I and I have been here for 6,000 years.
How do you do this, sir?
Bless it, my brother, bless it. So how could we be here for 6,000 years when the planet is 150 billion, not even million, billion of years old? When we meet this place already exists. Centuries of other different generation and things we done passed through. You think we are the first century? We are some of the first and last generation right now. We are the last of the Mohegan. We might not even be the last.
Right.
Or the next one could be more higher technology than I and them.
Right.
You see, they go into the road. So Rasta look up at them and say, listen, let's be Rasta. What is Rasta? Rastafari is a brethren by the name of King Selassie. He was born in Ethiopia. Everything that about this brethren on his birth is like it's just like a spiritual. Are you reading about Christ them inside the Bible? Brother had all the brothers them with him, but all them drowning. No, he's the only one. Only 7 years old survived the boat.
Oh, okay.
You understand me? This brother named Ras Maconian. See? Now, these names are different names from what he was inherited in the 1930s when he's getting crowned. They give him the name His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie.
After he got crowned?
After he get crowned. He become the head of the Trinity. The head mean, and Rastafari really simple mean the head man, the head creator.
Right.
I could even tell you now, I say, okay, listen, no one else come before him or after him. He's the first and the last. And so because of that knowledge and understanding, we get to understand Ethiopia is for the black man. These Europeans dissecting these books is to please and make us slaves in their own context of words in the Bible. But they could put their foot on our throat every time.
Right.
And so what happened now, because of this resistance, Pastor man decided, I ain't cutting my lock, I ain't combing my hair. The man ain't trodden on this biblical, physical word, same things I can do according to I and I flesh. Not because of another man of flesh. So I say, okay, I man will be vital. It won't be vital. I don't care what the next man eating or drinking or sleeping or walking with. That's him.
Right. You want to do things different.
Yeah, as far as my house, that's me, man. Even if I 7 people in the house and only 8 eat me, and I eat by myself, and I don't eat by myself, I glad for that. But that's my way of knowing my liberty. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, it's the rest of religion where I go Monday, Tuesday, pray, and no. I live this 7 days a week. 4 weeks in a month. Every month means something, and it's still going on. The year come. And so it's a liberty for, I live daily. That means you don't need to ask no question when you see me. You should just see me And my demeanor should tell you who I dealing with, or what I dealing with.
Right.
And so I don't see myself as no peasant or no crown or no walker. I see myself as a leader. And so what? When you see and I a king, so I approach myself and a king. I operate in my way and a king. I never will operate myself in the begging style. I can always be upright. I won't be straight up. Anything I need, I could just get on my own. And I cutting and clearing. I coming through.
Right.
With authority. It
Yeah.
says that. And so because of what we know all of these things, we decided that we just gotta continue this fire burning with only a few of us. You know? Maybe a few, many are called a few chosen, but at the same time it's saying now, always the one to the right, always be the less numbers. One the wrong, that's where all the numbers is coming. And so Rastafari fire then become the way, like how you would say, I born again as a Christian.
Right.
Rasta would say, nah, my flesh relying, I now rejuvenating, I turning back the clock. Of all those negative colonialism they give to my ancestors. But Bob said, you gotta free yourself from your mind. And only one way to free yourself, you gotta emancipate your mind from mental slavery. All of these things you're reading about King James, that's mental. And so once you free your mind from that, you're off to control your skill and destiny. Because of that fact, you live a life of humbleness, respect each other, respect. I promise myself I'll never ever, I don't care how hard the brother word is. I can never fight a black man. But I ain't telling you the eye no lie. The same way I say I'll never fight a black man, a white man can't sleep with the eyes closed at night. Because I'll have joy to just doing what I have to do. That's joy. Because I looking at the 400 years of oppression.
Right.
But you carry me through, I ain't getting no compensation. I ain't getting no repatriation, no guidance to go nowhere else. You just take everything from me, and you living big off my things then. And I watching you like a beggar. You think I can let you sleep with your eyes open? No man, what is yours is mine. I can taking that from you. With no apologies. You see? And so because of all these things, we live a certain way. We humble ourselves. Some man them chant to the Bengi, some chant to Bobo Shanti, some is 12 tribes. You have all different tribes of African Rastafari. It was still Rasta man.
Right.
Is it? Everyone each to their own. But what I saying right now is just earth runnings now, is just true love. And I personally feel if 90% of the youths in the black countries was Rastafari, but it'll be a powerful word.
Better.
I said it'll be a powerful word, but man, you ain't gonna be nowhere with too much hism and schism and materialism and all that different man. It's just living, love, one with nature.
Right.
They ain't gonna cut all these trees down, they ain't gonna kill all these animals. They ain't gonna, there's enough of things they can reduce. The ozone layer and everything will be blending right back in this. But what? We live in the land and with the land living with us.
Right.
Which one of the same. We need the oxygen from them, they need the CO2 from us.
From us, right.
You see? So it's a continued, life is life. You can't trade one life for the next life, because life continuously go move on. And so because of that, I decide, yeah man, it's like nothing for me to be a Rasta. And that's what, being a Rasta don't mean I deny myself of any things what I want in life. I adjusted a piece of the Commonwealth of Bahamas. You understand me? I know my fraternity with my school, from my high school. All the youth somewhere I been high school with, we still connect.
Yeah.
On WhatsApp and so forth. Then I have my Rastafari brethren, them House of Rastafari, which is the complete umbrella of Rastafari Association of the Bahamas, come together as one, doing cooperative, a number of different issues together, trying to help each one teach one. Because we don't all know all the answers.
True.
Says that a youth could come and tell you things,
something you don't know.
Something you never know.
Right.
Just a youth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you've been around the earth for such a long time. You still ain't know what the youth is telling you.
Right.
You see? So that is what this is all about. As a continuation of spreading my culture throughout. It ain't about God coming from the heavens to make I and I relative or high. No man. Your heavens is where you possess your flesh. That's your heavens.
Right.
You see? You ain't no heaven and hurry coming forward. That's your heaven. You ain't gonna end up from the sky and then somebody drop something from there and make you very rich. Well, I'll tell you about that. You gotta work by the sweat of your brow. You shall eat. The sweat of your brow, you eat bread. And then what happen? You just keep teaching man and man them. The problem what we find in this culture and this thought is that out of 100% of our Negroes population, only maybe 5% Now with the real culture.
True.
The other 95% totally far lost. They're in a different dimension. They now talking, they past human beings. They talking about AI, artificial intelligence, drones, all these technology they talking about. They ain't speaking that your language with high blood pressure. Oh no, these people, this computer, don't forget. They done have a couple thousand years of history that they running things. They stop people from working in the car factory because they know how robot doing everything with the computer do. So humanity don't even be wanted in this new world. You say that? And so because your body can be wanted, what can happen? You have to teach the youth them the truth. And when they get the truth from the young, they shall not depart from it when they get old.
Right.
The same way man was brethren, the same way I was dwelling back in I day to now the all youths to dwell in the state. Nothing changed, King. Nothing changed because the circumstances even worse in some state. We have to make our own box cart. You're talking about your buying scooter. We have to build them. We have to make them or the trolley wheel and things like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I say it right now, but it make us creative. It make us little engineers.
Right.
And figure out plans and figure out things. By the time someone still take we done build a whole car.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's the way it was.
No, it's totally different.
Totally different. And then we humble. We can sleep right in the crash right now and be happy. You know, big noise and thing. If they have certain clothes brand, they can't go to school. Yeah, say they can't go to school.
So the fight over how much years they take off the brands and fight the slavery.
And talk right now, for example, anyone fighting the way Tommy a fella, that the brand is a brand with the brother say directly. You don't want no black people where he goes. And black people, but that's an invitation for them to wear the man clothes before the man say that. You know what I mean? But I said, you can't follow the status quo. You got to just live your life accordingly. We have many different things together. We are also business people. We also do engineering, underground utilities, and a number of different things we do. So we try to be an all-rounded person, not living for oneself. Because if you're just living for yourself, life don't worth living. You got to live for humanity.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Whatever you do, you pass this journey, you bring somebody up along the way when you're coming through this journey. And don't be a fool. Don't be a hypocrite. If you is you, be yourself. People know I for almost 60 years. Some know I for 70 years. Some know I for around I was 10, 11, so forth.
Right.
And they know I always flex. You think I can try to press them now to be a different person? No, I'd be myself. How much money it can cost me trying to be someone else?
Don't make no sense.
So I just gotta live the whole record myself. And so you don't really follow the crowd. You embrace man who have the like mind like you. They're willing to challenge you on certain aspect. Yeah, take the challenge. Why not?
Right.
Sharpen sword. So the buying at the end of the day, it is all that saying that humanity to live in peace and harmony, because right now we have over 1,000 wars around the world. Right now.
War everywhere.
About 1,000 wars going on right now. This battlefield. Man, I'm going to the battlefield every morning. I wouldn't talk about the Congo. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some man say getting back to Africa. You gotta be wise. Don't be an idiot, man. I don't like a man who's trying to be stupid and he's sitting here in Fox and he's still trying to be a jackass. It's about 54 countries in Africa. You gotta know the makeup of these countries and their language.
Right.
Before you can say, I'm getting back to Africa to blend in.
You make no sense of going.
Where you going?
You're basically blind.
You have trace your ancestry roots to find out if you are Yoruba, Igbo or something, so you could almost blend in with the crowd.
Right.
No, but you want to say, well, go Africa. No, it ain't that easy. You have some battlefield in Africa right now, but you don't wish to land in the battlefield. 13-year-old nigga, some holding AK-47 on you, man. They smiling and they doing all that, man. But you'd be their prized possession. So these kind of things you gotta know. You can't be foolish. You gotta know these things. And this is what it's all about. I just believe, as a person, that black people should have get it the 400 years where we come out of slavery. See, the Israelis, I don't want to be talking about these Israelis and this. They ain't the real Jews, you know, but the Israelis.
Right.
You understand? Biblically, they're not the Jews. But the fact that they scattered like Semitic people all over the place, in 1947, 48, United Nations made the mistake. And they've been battling for that state ever since. And no one is fighting them and win. They just wipe you out quick. And if you threaten them, before you know it, before you walk around the corner, they assassinate your leader. Right there. And they don't care where he is, they assassinate him. They follow him wherever he is going in the world. So Israel is a country where no one really will challenge it battlefield-wise. Just talk about it. Israel don't even check for United Nations. It's called like a young Soviet, a young Russia. That's what Israel is. Fearless.
Right.
They battle the battle. They like to fight. The woman and man in the army, in the military, must serve.
Yeah.
Mandatory. So I say when I was saying all this, black man as us, it can take, I don't know, but I just feel like it could be taking some kind of America for us to see what black people don't understand. We ain't waiting for no money, you know. We ain't waiting for no wealth, you know. We ain't waiting for nothing, you know. We waiting to have wisdom, to know who we is. Once you know who you is, you what? You can't, no one can stop you, man. You're untouchable. Black man ain't really know who he is yet. All them live in a different culture. Indian, European, Japanese, Chinese, sure ain't no black Negroes. When they learn that Negro operation, that's when you see this strong man. Get down the chair and say, "Baby, get on my way, baby. I'm a trooper." That's when black man can be strong and know himself. When black man know himself, that's when he's strong.
More strongest.
See, Marcus Garvey said, Marcus said, black man will never know himself until he's back against the wall. That's the only time he scream out, when he know himself.
Yeah.
Before that, he believe he know it all. And that's what I say now. So it's not a culture, like these people go to church, and I don't know, I can't speak for them, but in a square building, dealing with maybe 70, 80 people, and they're screaming out themselves and praising and screaming and making, but you won't take this child. No, all man. You got to scream what he name for him to answer you. You ain't got to say nothing to him, you know. You don't know your thoughts before you even speak. Look at the birds. They fly in the air. They don't wait. They just go from place to place. But I guarantee you every morning, every evening, every 12 o'clock, they eating food. So child can provide for them. But you think, but you, as flesh and blood, and someone that created it in his image. Right. You know what I mean? So that's the philosophy we live in. That's the life we live in. We want to be one with dirt. The earth is one with I and Adam. And we dwelling from dirt. And from the dust with the earth we must shall go. We live we may. Die we must. Right. And I say when I say die, I mean in the flesh, man. Right. Because the spirit could never die. So don't get confused and think the man really ignorant of the facts of what's going on. No. Outside of this flesh, you have a spiritual being. What it's all about you, your essence. That can leave this body and go somewhere else while the body just drop out. Right. You see? So all these something that they're talking about, so it's not a philosophy. It's not a culture. You know what I mean? Culture is being African. That's what culture is. Nothing else can make I more culture than being African. Culture in my ancestor tongue. My ancestor spiritual. Like I tell people, they go to Ghana, I say, Akwaba. And I thought the word is just a welcoming word. That's a powerful word too. That word could cost you life and death. In Ghana, Akwaba, and what that simply mean? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome home. Welcome home. Right. And Ghana have over 63 slave villas. More slaves came out of Ghana in Africa than any other coast. From Nigeria, all them, and Benin and all them, Ghana carried a block of the 400,000 people who leave, 400 million who leave Africa on the slave ship. But at the end of the day now, what is wrong now is the black man's mind is still entrapped. But it's like a child working with Mr. Humpty Dumpty dropping all this, the moon and the cow and all that stuff. These little fiddlers and rhymes, that's not real reality.
For real.
Real reality is this.
Right.
Yeah, real reality is this. Making sure you're sure about yourself, making some good income, Either working for people or working for yourself, some good income. You can take care of yourself, take care of your family, a roof over your head, and you must always have a place where I might not have the money, but I could take the food and eat the food. I don't have the cash to buy the food, but I have the food now. I can sell it and get the cash.
Right.
Any which way I flip it, it's still the same to me. It's making sense. So at the end of the day, what I'm saying right now, it's all about that. It's all about liberty. And just open and praying. One of these days, our black brothers will get it. It might not be in my time, but it will happen. Because they have to be a redeemed people. Because that's the only race on the planet that ain't never free. The Chinese was enslaved and they come out free. You see what I'm saying? The Mongols and all them was taking Roman Empire, all the people. The Germans, all kind of people, right? The French, all these different people. The Indians who get wiped out in America, they have their own culture and they still intact with themselves, even though they're on what they call the plantation and so forth. But the bottom line is, we as black people, man, we have more white people and more European than black. A black man will give you a fight over about 2 years than a white man. The white man tell you straight up, man, I know you guys from Africa, man. The black boy say, me, I'm not from Africa, man.
I'm not from Africa.
I'm from Africa, man. I'm not African. I don't never call me an African. He dead man already though. But that's the way it is. You have to know self. Once you know self, I think that's the key in life. If you know who you is, then you're unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a clear understanding of who you is, yeah, you're unstoppable. Because you're now on your own agenda. Your time zone, you doing what you want to do, and you ain't letting no one deter you or in other words that I don't want to put on my Sunday clothes on Sunday and then Monday morning I have on shabby clothes. If I can run like that, that's 7 days a week. You see that? So as a Rasta man, I ain't gonna say that Monday it was Rasta, tomorrow, Tuesday is a ball. No, it's Rasta every day. Every day is so I live my liberty. So if you know certain things that you know would not be fitting for Rasta man to do, well you will know straight up if I do it. I own a negative. But suppose I tell you as a Rastafari I ain't getting no chicken. And you see I down the road eating chicken. Man, I blaspheme on my own self. Yeah, I kill it my own self with bullshit. Yeah, no, I deal with it. I deal with it every day, 24/7. Everyone know that's how I deal it. And I'm faking it and I'm pretending. Yeah, man, that's how I run it. And when you be real to yourself and know yourself, that's it. But it have to do with your ancestors, my brother. And these young people, they need to go back to history. That's the only way their mind could be rewind. Stay in this zone, they lost forever. It's like you have a tape recorder and you do the tape recorder, play for a while, and then she stop playing and you have to rewind it again. These kids, they have to rewind back into their African ancestors, and it should be done by force in these black countries. To dictate your mind from other thinking, that should be a negative, that should be a force in the culture, and they should do it at the age of 6-year-old. That's when you start blending them into the African self. By the time they reach the 50 and 40, man, they well
African.
Well African. That's how Garvey know it. Garvey know it from the early 19, when he catch up with a brother named Dr. Robert Love, who was happened to be a Bahamian, who had him working on the printing press. And then Garvey started to read these articles about King Selassie, the black king will be getting crowned, 72 nations shall bow before him. But guess what? The Bible says 72 nations will bow before this man. Is it in the Bible? Everything about this man is revealed in the Bible, in the King James Version.
Right.
Where did they get it from? They're not African, or they get that story. Yeah. So when I say that, the truth will always set you free. The more you know about self, the more you know about the biblical principle. But one thing must be for sure. We've been brainwashed with slave Bible, the masters of the power. We've been brainwashed to hating ourselves, not loving one another like a brother. And at the same time, we do more harm to our brother than the enemy do to us.
True.
And that is what I find mind-boggling. And I know now.
Just like the host slave and the
And,
slave.
and so the bottom line is right now is this. The reality is now we ate self. That's who we ate, number one. And because we ate self, we don't care about nobody else in front of us. Because we done ate self.
True.
Yeah, man. I ain't checking for you, boy. What you doing in front of me, boy? But I ain't living for nothing, so I ain't you getting my way, boy. So if a person ain't living for nothing, they could be a problem to you.
For real.
Or they can make your life a misery. Yeah. And so this is the situation, you come and try to eat up my flesh, I gotta mash you down. Because I ain't gonna let you eat up my flesh. That's what I mean. And it have nothing to do with no regrets. It have to do with circumstances by the fit of the fittest shall last.
So survive.
It's best survival, you see? So that's part of it. But it's many more to us than just living as a liberty in the Rastafari. Because I always ask myself the question, and I ask it to other persons, but I never get the proper response I'm looking for. The Chinese don't believe in Christianity, and they believe in Buddha. Buddha happened to be a black man. They are worshiping the image of a black man, Buddha. And the Chinese do everything by intelligent self-preservation. If I can't do it for myself, it cannot be done. So I have to train myself. Make sure that everything that I can make me happy and satisfied, I gotta produce that. So I become like a god. I creating things, I making things. Until the Chinese come with it, the Japanese came with the same faction and everything. The black man was the only one. Just use people products, but he can never build it for himself.
Don't want to use himself.
You see? And so we have to get ourselves, and so we buy more cars than any other race on the planet.
No, we can't be like her.
We have some of the best standards. We have the best of everything. Claiming it. Material-wise, the black man. Everybody you see with it, they're trying to find a way to match up or compete. They can never blend in the way a black man can blend in. With clothes, wealth, economics, life, everything. The brother just gonna be large with it. That's why they don't like Nigerians. Nigerians just live large, especially the wealthy ones up.
Yeah.
You see? These people, when they say they have a car, they have a car. When they say they have a house, they have a house. That ain't credit card. That's real money. That's the African stuff. You know what I mean? They have their own Learjet. They ain't rented by and they ain't leasing that. Yeah. They ain't like repeatedly them when they get locked up, they will drop from $1 billion to 600 million. Why are you dropping? I mean, some people there to sponsor them.
Stop.
Put the money up and say, okay, the contract value 200 million. But you ain't got the cash 200 million in your hand.
No.
It's a piece of paper you get as a contract. As long as you obligate yourself to this contract. Now he breached the contract by being arrested. To all that drop. To all that money drop. You see? It's wine and thing, the liquor with even Ciroc and all that. See? That's when you lost your journey of who you really is. You let money overpower his thinking, not his will. And money is not love, and money is not joy. People is joy. People is love. You can't replace that with money.
Right.
Amen. And between me and you, if you have something of wealth, and you don't feel like you could enjoy that, the only way you could enjoy that is with other poor people amongst yourself to come and enjoy it. I used to ride my yacht underwater, 35-foot yacht. I don't feel coming unless I got all them niggas from Nassau Village. And Michael Road, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them on the boat. And they loving themselves. Just tell Dino always drop it with a jet ski and everything. So the joy of other people make you happy.
Right.
Without those people being joy and happy, it make you sad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So once you have people around you, you treat everyone as your equal. And no distinction about it. No discrimination. It's just like I say to you, I don't want you to come and charge me what you think I value. I even tell you what I value. You don't make that decision for you. And I would decide if I could deal with you on that level. You ain't gonna come and tell me no nonsense. And so that's what it's all about. All this is not a philosophy, my brother. It's not a fake news. It's a real down-to-earth life and liberty of life. So, based on that fact, I just trying to be a man and a man is a Yoruba. I have 75% Nigerian culture blood in me. through my DNA, they do my DNA, 100% African. So the fact that I know all these things was not a surprise to me when I recognized who I was. Because somewhere in point, it in my DNA, it can come out.
Right.
You see? You plant a seed in the ground, you don't know what kind of tree can turn out until she grow.
Right.
And so that's the same facts with us. We was radio, being ourselves, being our ancestors. And we can never live without respecting our ancestors, man. Our ancestors, it's on their shoulder we start. But you know this, you know what happened to you? In Jamaica and the Bahamas and Haiti and all that. Do you know? The people who make it on those lands, there was the people what we'll call prisoner of war. You was the enemy to the enemy to your other people. So they capture you and sell you because they were too scared to have you round up. You was the most fearless of all. They want to get rid of y'all. They ain't y'all is a problem.
Right.
And so all they said who come out of slaves, everyone was a part of the problem. So they had to get rid of them. Some going to Mississippi, some going to Chicago, some going to New York, and so forth. They spread them all because they flesh and blood. They brothers, they one in arms. If they stick together, they mash up anyone. But they scattered it up. That's what the same scattering they talking about before. But when God came down from heaven and knocked down the Tower of Babel, and all them different speaking, different languages, total nonsense in our brethren. Because guess what? If I is a God, why should I want all of you all in different languages? I speak to you all in one language. Only one language I need to get the whole of you all.
Right.
And I like when my people come together. But no, they won't talk about no, you gotta speak more than one tongue. All this bullshit. And then they cause you lose every sign of who you is. You stand on the side of your brother and you ask him who he is. Total stranger. That's your brother. By blood.
Right.
And by genetics. So all of these things we saying, yeah man, I want to keep bonfire and everything, man. Bonfire in Babylon, bonfire in Rome, bonfire with all the evil vibe. Yeah, man. And we'll never change, man. We'll just be for Rasta forever. Yeah, man. Rasta till the day we pass through this journey. But at the same time, I want to make sure that each one teach each one so we can wisen up one another in this time, in the flesh. Because live we may, die we must. Peace out, my brother. Yes, I.
Alright, peace.
Yes, I.
Alright, so let's see how the thing go. The thing come down now. Now guys, hope you guys, you know, grasp something from the sit down, guys. Hope you guys grasp something. And let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about this whole conversation we had with the general. Now the rain are coming down now. You know we did carry the wind up put together not like now they call it now. We're down to earth with whatever we're doing, guys. We're down to earth with whatever we're doing. So you don't know what the right is saying that garden. We don't have to sit down and hear what the rain are forward, guys. So if you guys learn something from the sit down, you don't know the man say it's not a religion, it's not a culture, but self. You see? Being himself, and he know himself as a Rasta, know himself as an African. That is how it is. Now guys, don't forget, smash that subscribe button, turn on notification bell, and share this video with somebody else, alright? So until next time, peace out guys.